This evening, tragedy strikes in Linden Fire. 1 dead, 4 homeless. We'll have the latest on the devastating fire at Rosebud Chinese restaurant, plus fatal collision in Georgetown. Motorcyclist killed in intersection accident. We'll bring you the details on the tragic incident. And controversy over foreign nurse recruitment. Government's decision sparks outcry. Stay tuned as we delve into the public outcry over the recruitment of 500 Bangladeshi nurses amid local salary disputes. Additionally, Guyanese now have easier access to top quality, free education thanks to the new Guyana Coursera platform. Learn about this partnership, which offers over 6,000 courses. And Venezuela's opposition barred from presidential elections. We'll bring you the latest development on Venezuela as the main opposition coalition is blocked from running in the upcoming presidential election. Stay with us for these stories and more. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for March 26, 2024. I'm Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, house fires persist as a significant cause for alarm in Guyana, with the most recent incident occurring in Linden, claiming 1 life and rendering 4 individuals homeless. The early morning fire engulfed the Rosebud Chinese restaurant in Mackenzie, Linden, leading to a tragic discovery of the charred remains of 54-year-old Chinese businesswoman Zhang Gongsheng on Monday, March 25, 2024. The fire, which erupted at approximately 1:30 a.m., ravaged the upper floor of the restaurant, leaving it completely gutted by the time emergency responders arrived. Authorities were alerted to the scene, where they found the premises ablaze and worked swiftly to douse the flames. Amidst the wreckage, firefighters made the grim discovery of a body on the upper level of the building, later identified as the Chinese businessman. The victim's remains, charred beyond recognition, is currently at the J. Jetsko Funeral Home awaiting a post-mortem examination. The cause of the fire remains undetermined at this time. On a different note, Guyanese now have easier access to top-quality, free education thanks to the new Guyana Coursera platform. This partnership with various ministries offers over 6,000 courses covering a wide range of subjects. Already, 1,000 individuals are signed up for the registered nurse program, with 800 more for the nursing assistant program. President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali says this program is crucial for the country's growth and aligns with their focus on human development.
Persons who were at home never had the opportunity to study, now under the Gold program and this program, for the first time, are graduating by their hundreds across our country. They now have that opportunity to smile with dignity because they believe in themselves and they've achieved by believing in themselves. And the system built a platform that allowed them to believe in themselves and allow them to attain their dream. And that is a system that is meeting the requirements of the people.
Coursera, a leading online learning platform, boasts partnership with prestigious universities worldwide, including Yale and Johns Hopkins. President Ali challenged Coursera's executives to use technology like artificial intelligence to expand education delivery and create more programs, including specialized ones like biodiversity studies. He envisions Guyana becoming a hub for online education in Latin America and the Caribbean.
We don't see this as the end at all. We are now looking to position Guyana as the main hub for Latin America and the Caribbean, for Coursera and what you have to offer in this region.
This initiative aims to change lives by providing opportunities for personal and professional growth. In other news, as local nurses continue to demand salary increase, the government has recently sanctioned the recruitment of 500 Bangladeshi nurses, raising eyebrows and igniting controversy. Sigma Engineers Limited Incorporated has been authorized as the recruitment agency, as indicated in a letter dated February 5, 2024, signed by the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. The letter confirms Sigma Engineers Limited Incorporated as the appointed agent responsible for recruiting Bangladeshi healthcare workers and coordinating with relevant authorities. However, the approval of this recruitment plan has stirred public outcry, particularly on social media. Concerns have been raised about the government's failure to engage the Guyana Public Service Union in negotiations regarding salary increases for nurses and other healthcare workers. Furthermore, recruiting nurses from Bangladesh follows previous recruitment from Cuba and other countries. Responding to public scrutiny, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs clarified that the recruitment initiative aims to address severe skill shortages in the healthcare sector. The ministry said there is a shortage of skilled workers in Guyana's healthcare sector, causing concerns for the government and private companies. As Guyana's economy grows, the Private Sector Commission has asked the government for help filling skill gaps in healthcare, construction, engineering, and other services. Therefore, Sigma Engineers Limited Incorporated was given the permission to work with different countries, including Bangladesh, to hire healthcare workers. The Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, the main referral hospital, has been grappling with staffing shortages. Meanwhile, the Guyana Public Service Union has condemned the government's approach, expressing concerns about the qualifications of foreign nurses and the potential impact on patient care, mainly due to language barriers. President Irfan Ali has acknowledged the shortage of nurses in the local healthcare system and emphasized the government's effort to address the issue through training programs and recruitment drives. The government says it is still open to hiring skilled workers from anywhere in the world if needed and not available in Guyana for government and private jobs. Stick around when we return. Tragic accident claims life of motorcyclist at Cummins and Church Street intersection. And police apprehend third suspect in murder of 17-year-old in Potential.
Are you looking for an exciting Easter? Look no further than Digicel stores for incredible savings and a free Easter surprise. This Easter, Digicel is offering an extravagant deal. Purchase the Samsung A05 for just $21,000 or the Samsung A24 for only $39,500 and receive a free kite with your purchase. Make this Easter a memorable one. Visit a Digicel store today and crack open these amazing deals. Digicel, the network for everyone, everywhere.
Hi Guyana, welcome to Clearance, where we have been keeping you in style for generations. Do you guys remember this? Well, that was my mom, but now I'm back and we're doing a huge takeover sale Wednesday, March 27th and Thursday, March 28th. Get half off your favorite designer brands in clothing, accessories, and shoes. Remember, this sale is for 2 days only, Wednesday, March 27th and Thursday, March 28th. We will be open on Easter, Saturday, and Sunday. So come on down and shop at Clearance, always keeping you in style.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for do a surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Common smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Middle Street, Georgetown, telephone 226-1082.
Welcome back. Police are investigating a fatal accident that claimed the life of a 46-year-old motorcyclist at Cummins and Church Street, Georgetown on Monday, March 25th. Reported that the incident occurred around 6:15 a.m. at the intersection of Cummins and Church Street, which resulted in the death of Colonel Anthony Husbands of Carmichael Street, Georgetown. The accident involved a motorcar PAF 3166 driven by Lee Lawrence Holder of Paradise, East Coast, Demerara, and the motorcycle owned and driven by Husbands. Based on investigations, the car was proceeding north along the western drive lane of Cummins Street, while the motorcycle was proceeding east along the northern drive lane of Church Street. As the car and the motorcycle approached the intersection at Cummins and Church Street, the car failed to stop at the stop sign and collided with the motorcycle. Husbands was flung some distance onto the northern parapet of Church Street and received injuries to his body. He was picked up by EMT personnel in a semi-conscious condition and transported to the Georgetown Public Hospital. Tragically, he succumbed to his injuries. The body is at the Georgetown Public Hospital's mortuary awaiting a postmortem examination. Meanwhile, the driver of the car remains in custody assisting with the investigation. In other news, a third suspect involved in the murder of 17-year-old potential West Coast Demerara teen Aaron Best has been apprehended by the police. Best met his demise in a fatal attack by a group of teenagers while on his way to a nearby shopping potential. The suspect was apprehended on Friday afternoon, and all three suspects are expected to be charged this week. The attack on Best occurred on March 20th, 2024, when he was assaulted by the suspects who pelted him with bottles and bricks before one of them struck him with a piece of steel and another stabbed him multiple times. The motive behind the attack was reportedly an old misunderstanding. Best was rushed to the West Demerara Regional Hospital but was pronounced dead on arrival. A postmortem examination revealed wounds to his chest, stomach, and neck. The first two suspects, a 17-year-old school dropout and another teenager, were previously apprehended, while the third, a 16-year-old student, had been in hiding. Best had lost both his parents at a young age and was living with his grandfather at the time of his demise. Don't go away after the break. 7 people charged for the attack on a concert hall near Moscow, and South Korea healthcare doctors walk off job in protest of new rules.
Are you looking for an exciting Easter? Look no further than Digicel stores for incredible savings and a free Easter surprise. This Easter, Digicel is offering an extravagant deal. Purchase the Samsung A05 for just $21,000 or the Samsung A24 for only $39,500 and receive a free kite with your purchase. Make this Easter a memorable one. Visit a Digicel store today and crack open these amazing deals. Digicel, the network for everyone, everywhere.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Common smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services. 316 Mill Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226-1082.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Hi Guyana, welcome to Clarence, where we have been keeping you in style for generations. Do you guys remember this? Well, that was my mom, but now I'm back and we're doing a huge takeover sale Wednesday, March 27th and Thursday, March 28th. Get half off your favorite designer brands in clothing, accessories, and shoes. Remember, this sale is for 2 days only, Wednesday, March 27th and Thursday, March 28th. We will be open on Easter, Saturday, and Sunday. So come on down and shop at Clarence, always keeping you in style.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. The main opposition coalition in Venezuela says it has been barred from running in the presidential elections in July. After a midnight resignation deadline passed, the opposition said its effort to name a candidate to run against President Nicolas Maduro has failed. Al Jazeera's Manuel Rapallo reports.
A pro-government rally on the streets of Caracas. Most are supporters of Nicolas Maduro, who is seeking a third 6-year term as Venezuelan president. On Monday, Maduro officially registered his candidacy in the upcoming national election.
I've come not only to inscribe my name, but to inscribe a dream for our homeland.
Though 9 other presidential candidates have also registered, Venezuela's main opposition leader, Maria Corina Machado, and her hand-picked substitute, Corina Lloris, have both been barred by the government from officially registering.
My rights as a Venezuelan citizen are being compromised by not allowing me to access the system and register my candidacy for the presidency of Venezuela.
Policy experts say this is part of a concerted effort by the government to block out political opponents.
We were expecting an uneven playing field, but what we've seen over the last 48 hours is not only an uneven playing field, it's become a vertical wall, and that changes the game.
Human rights groups have accused the Maduro government of not only undermining the democratic process, but of going to extreme lengths to silence the opposition.
Forced disappearance, arbitrary detention, torture that occurred against the political prisoners. Despite all this, the opposition and the people have mobilized and have demonstrated a very important desire for change.
Though Venezuela's elections are scheduled for July, concerns are growing from international observers, like the U.S. State Department, which referred to the recent arrests of opposition members as a, quote, disturbing escalation of repression. Manuel Rapallo, Al Jazeera.
Internationally, 7 suspects in Friday's attack on a Moscow concert hall have been formally charged in court. Security has been increased across the Russia capital after 139 people were killed when gunmen opened fire at the concert goers. Al Jazeera's Doris Jabari reports.
Under heavy security, 4 men brought into Basmani court in Moscow, all accused of being the gunmen in Friday's attack at Caracas City Hall, appeared one by one. Bruised and battered, the Tajikistan natives sat silently while terrorism charges were brought against them, charges which carry a maximum of life imprisonment. One of the accused appeared semi-conscious and was brought into the court on a wheelchair accompanied by his doctor. As accusations of torture have been spreading, President Putin once again questions who is behind the attack.
Who benefits from this? This atrocity may be just a link in a whole series of attempts by those who have been at war with our country since 2014 by the hands of the neo-Nazi Kiev regime. And the Nazis, as is well known, have never hesitated to use the dirtiest and most inhumane means to achieve their goals.
On Monday, 3 more men charged with complicity for their alleged involvement in the attack appeared in court. Meanwhile, the search operation continues at Caracas City Hall. The makeshift memorial at the site continues to grow. Hundreds of people gathered to pay tribute to those who lost their lives in what President Vladimir Putin called a blow to the nation. The Prime Minister of Tajikistan said his country opposed terrorism and intended to fight it together with Russia, as he signed the Book of Condolences at the Russian embassy in Dushanbe. The FSB security service said 4 suspects had been arrested while heading to the border with Ukraine and that they had contacts in that country. Ukrainian officials have denied involvement. Security in the Russian capital is still high at most public places. These measures are likely to carry on in the coming days as officials continue their investigation. A number of planned large events in Moscow have been cancelled, including the Golden Mask Festival at the Bolshoi Theater. A reminder that Russia is a country at war on more than one front. Dorsa Jabari, Al Jazeera, Moscow.
Finally, in South Korea, senior doctors and professors at medical schools are submitting their resignation in support of striking trainee doctors. They want the government to withdraw its plan to increase student enrollment in medical training institutes. The government says more doctors are needed to cope with the country's rapidly aging population. Al Jazeera's Eunice Kim reports.
Some publicly, others in private. Medical school professors across South Korea who double as senior doctors at major hospitals have been resigning. They had been clocking weeks of overtime to fill a void left by the thousands of resident doctors and interns who walked off the job last month, pushing back against the government's medical reform plans. They're joining the growing chorus of medical professionals who insist the plan, centered around raising the number of medical school entries by 2/3 next year, will destroy the profession.
The expansion of medical school admissions quotas will clearly lead to the collapse of our country's medical education system, beyond the breakdown of medical education itself.
They're appealing to the courts to block its implementation. Senior doctors will keep their posts while their resignations are processed, but reduce their hours to the government-mandated 52 hours per week, which is expected to slow outpatient care. As this standoff is in a second month, patients say that any indication frontline senior doctors could join the walkout feels like a death sentence. Hundreds have already been informed their surgeries and treatments are postponed indefinitely. Many of them cancer patients in a race against time. Kim Sung-ju is one such cancer patient. He accuses both the doctors and the government of ignoring the needs of severely ill patients.
They are playing a game of chicken with the lives of critical patients like us. The trainee doctors seem to think their collective action is a matter of pride or self-esteem, and that their generation must transform the medical field. But such movements represent waves of death and fear for us, especially those with serious illnesses.
The government has yet to attribute any patient deaths to the walkout, but it's not clear if and when the 13,000 striking doctors will hold talks with the government and reach an agreement. Eunice Kim, Al Jazeera, Seoul.
This brings us to the end of our regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 30-minute forecast. And that's Safe TV2 Headline News for this Tuesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You can tune in tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. for a rebroadcast and at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.